Okay, so hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. Today I'm going to present you the Montenegrin folk music. I hope it's a presentation you will like and you will have a good moment with me. So I will invite you with me to go to a small trip to this marvelous land, Montenegro, and all its music competencies presented by me. Alright, so we will start with the history of the country. Montenegro has a rich history dating back to antiquity. But to make it short and easy, Montenegro was a small region that was controlled by Romans and other empires like Byzantine until 2006, when it gained its independence from Serbia. It then became a country that has a lot of beautiful and spectacular landscapes and musical culture. But where is it located? So, as you can see here in the card, Montenegro is located in the Balkans in southeastern Europe. Touching the Adriatic Sea, Montenegro is also part of the Mediterranean lands. Okay, so now we will talk a bit about the history of music and its role. Montenegrin folk music is a type of music in Montenegro that has been around for a long time. It's like a musical story that reflects the history in Montenegro, and here is why it's important. It keeps the culture alive, The music helps Montenegrin remember who they are and where they come from, because they will see maybe music that has been done by the ancestors, and then they will remember that's the family, because it's something very important for them. It's also a party music. It's often played at parties and celebrations, making these events more fun and cultural. But music is also passed down by talking. People in Montenegro share his music by talking about it and singing it, not just by writing down. This keeps the tradition alive, so people will know how to sing it, and they will sing to other people, and when they like it, they will also sing it, and then everyone get to know it. C'est un peu comme le bouche-oreille, mais en version chant. It tells also stories. So the song tells stories about things that happened, love stories, or lesson about right and wrong. Because Montenegrin people, when they write songs, they don't just write like to write something normal, but they will write maybe about an historical fact or something very important that is happening. I mean, everyone does it a little bit, but Montenegro is known to be a little bit more about this. It's also different in different places. Depending on where you are in Montenegro, the music might sound a bit different. This shows how diverse and interesting the country's music is. Because in Montenegro we have some different parts. Like in some lands we can have different dialects when we speak. And in Montenegro we have different cultures about the music. So depending where you go, you might hear different sounds and different modes that we will maybe see later. In simple terms, Montenegrin folk music is like a musical storyteller that brings story together and helps them remember their roots. Donc les ancêtres, hein, pour clarifier un peu.
Ne tuguj noćas gore glavu, sad kad smo jedno, ja i ti. Obriši s lica suzu plavu, Crna Goro ljubavi. Jer tvoja brda i doline ne nisu same ostale. Svi gorski vuci iz planine, ispod tvoje zastave.
Now the specific features. We will also see what those modes I was talking about earlier are about. So the traditional Montenegrin music employs some musical modes. Some of these modes are also referred as scales, are specific to the region. So just to know, a mode is a sort of scale that we can use, that Montenegrin people use to modify some maybe emotions or feelings. And it's like a scale that will have its own color and its own emotion, that when people will play it, they can use it to write songs, maybe. So for example, we have the borrow mode. This is a mode known as a sort of chromatic melodic minor scale that we know. And as you can see, it's a scale that will employ some sort of notes that are defined. And we will recognize us as European people. I mean, we're all European because we're talking about the Montenegro. But I mean, here, for example, in Luxembourg, we will know it as a minor scale that is chromatic. I will call it chromatic because chromatic is when you play every single note that is in between the others, but it's not a full chromatic scale. It's a chromatic scale only in some parts, and I think it's on the fifth note, so that we call dominant here, and the seventh. So between the fifth and the seventh, we can have the chromatic scale, which means that we will play the note that is in between the fifth and the sixth tone and the seven and the tonic. So yeah, in base of people, some of them will play some more chromatic scale in base of the feeling they have with it. So if they want to, they will add some more chromatic scales, but yeah, it depends on the people. Other modes may include variation of pentatonic scale or those inspired by Oriental music. For example, we have the Montenegrin Dorian mode. This scale is a variant of the normal Dorian, which is a kind of jazzy scale, but that Montenegrin people play on the feeling and the way they want to make people feel about it. That's what I was explaining before. So they will add or delete some notes while playing in base of the feeling they have about it. Maybe if they are happy, they will play a bit more with it. They will improvise and add some more notes. Maybe if they choke on or something and there are too much notes, they will delete some in mode that this sounds better, you know. And then we also have the raspev. It's also a known term in Montenegro, but the raspev refers to a type of singing. So I wanted to add it because singing, as we saw, is something very important for Montenegro people. Because they sing a lot and it's like what the ancestor always did, so they want to keep the tradition. And yeah, singing is a lot used, so I thought it was important to also mark it, because raspev is a type of singing or also melodies. So instead of playing them, people will sing it, and it's going to have a raspev mode, we will call it. But to be honest, I couldn't find that much information, so I don't really know about how this sounds, because when I was hearing for some raspev music, I didn't hear anything very changing from normal melodies or normal singing motions, you know. So yeah, there were various type of singing. There were happy singing, there were also sad singing, so I don't know what the raspev is very specific about, but yeah, I know that they use it a lot, so we will hear it some after. We have to know that in Montenegro there is a lot of musical heritage with variety of traditional instruments, and I want to talk you about one in particular that is less known. This instrument is the guzle. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing right, but that's how it's written. You will see on the PowerPoint. The guzle is a single string instrument, which means that it has only one string, and it's played with a bow, just like maybe a violin or something like this. It has a distinct sound, and historically it's associated with storytelling, particularly recounting tales of heroism and historical events. That's something very historical, you know, in the times and everything. But now there are more and more people using it, and the guzle is a unique instrument that contributes to cultural richness of Montenegrin music, because a lot of people will hear it, and actually it's an instrument that is very liked. A lot of people like it. Some love it, and yeah, I think it has its particular sound, so we can hear about it also here in the presentation. So I will let you hear, and hopefully you will like it as well. Born as Antonio Bosic in 1963. He's a composer and performer at the same time, and is a Montenegrin musician known for his unique blend of rock, jazz and electronic music, which means that he knows well about those three types. His humorous approach to lyrics has made him a distinctive figure in music since the 1980s. Well-known songs include Don't Happy Be Worry and Euronews. He also participated to the Eurovision, and he was remarkable about his humorous approach. His music is like a caricature. He mocks off topics in musical version. So I don't know if you know it, but like une caricature, c'est quelque chose pour make fun about things. Ouais. So let's hear it.
Euroskeptic, analphabetic, try not to be hermetic.
Euro, don't be skeptic, hermetic, pathetic, analphabetic, forget old cosmetic, you need new poetic, aesthetic, eclectic, dialectic. Euro, don't be dogmatic.
The presentation arrives to its end. I would like to thank you for hearing me and having this presentation. I hope you still liked it and you had a good time with me. I'm very sorry I had to finish on the bus, but I had to be on time today at school. So yeah, I still hope you get understand it, and see you soon, I hope.